The Economist published a hit piece on OANN this weekend. Here's what they wrote about me specifically, and I quote, "Mr. Ledger's show is followed by Tipping Points, presented by Liz Wheeler, who denounces the, quote, trained Marxists of Black Lives Matter with a glare that could turn liberals to stone," end quote. Ladies and gentlemen, that is liberal media. Their only justification for why I'm supposedly terrible is because I have a glare that could turn liberals to stone. They hurl weird and somewhat hilarious ad hominem attacks because I never make claims without backing them up with facts. Since it's hard to argue with facts, it's easier for these intellectually lazy liberals to comment on my face. By the way, The Economist didn't claim it wasn't true that the Black Lives Matter founders admitted themselves that they are trained Marxists, because of course that's true. And anybody with an internet connection can watch the video and see it for themselves. In fact, we'll show it to you. Here is Patrisse Cullors, one of the founders of the Black Lives Matter movement, in her own words, admitting they are trained Marxists. Take a listen.
The first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists.
Imagine being a writer for The Economist and being unbothered by a group of radicals who seek to overthrow the U.S. system of government and replace it with Marxist communism. That's what the Black Lives Matter movement wants, the group. That's what they want. And they admit it in their own words. They are anti-capitalism. This is Black Lives Matter founder Alicia Garza. Take a listen.
We need to build a different kind of movement. It's not just by opposing what is wrong, what is fascist, what is xenophobic, what is racist, what is capitalist, imperialist about our president-elect. It's not just about opposing those things. And it's not just about him. But it is also very much about organizing and building power.
And in case you were wondering how such a destructive, deadly ideology would stand up to scrutiny and be accepted among the American people, well, the Black Lives Matter movement is anti-free speech. They won't allow your dissent. This is Patrisse Cullors again. Take a listen.
Hate speech, which is what we're seeing coming out of white nationalist groups, is not protected under the First Amendment rights.
And if you dare to reject this Marxist ideology, the Black Lives Matter movement will use violence to forcibly impose their ideology on you and our nation. This is the president of the Greater New York Black Lives Matter chapter. Take a listen.
If this country doesn't give us what we want, then we will burn down this system and replace it. All right, and I could be speaking figuratively. Okay. I could be speaking literally. It's a matter of interpretation.
In The Economist's response to these facts, they write, and I quote, "Viewers don't tune in to Ms. Wheeler to learn about the world, but to experience an expression and celebration of the opinions and the identity they've already been introduced to on the fringes of the internet," end quote. Fringes of the internet. The videos I just showed you were from interviews on CNN, Fox, and at a large liberal economic summit. But the mainstream media has to do something to discredit the videos, right? What do you do if the Black Lives Matter movement is obviously a radical leftist Marxist organization who admits that in their own words? If you write for a leftist publication, you pretend it's not true and hope your readers are dumb enough to believe you. Here on my show, we respect our viewers enough to show you the truth.